I saw a really funny TikTok. Me and Taylor want to try to do it to Mima. Do you know we used to
Oh boy.
we used to leave like pictures around her house and shit, and wait till she noticed. Like we left Victoria around a bunch, we left Damien around a bunch, and she never said anything about it. You know?
Oh, I didn't.
When we'd watch her house, I almost did it to Hess one time. Just print out pictures and leave it like in secret compartments at their house. But this guy cut out Joe Biden and put it in a family photo on the wall of his brother, and his family didn't notice. So then he cut out OJ putting on the glove and put that in like a thing of like a whole family portrait, and they still didn't notice. And he just keeps replacing photos all over their house with like people like that.
Oh, that.
So I was like, I would love to like replace just one photo on Mima's like family thing she has with like OJ. And see how long it took her to notice.
I feel like they'd notice OJ.
Yeah, she'd probably be like, "Hey," but she'd be happy, and she'd leave it there probably.
She does follow him on Twitter.
Yeah, and then every once in a while you'll be with her. Did you see what OJ tweeted?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't follow him, Mima. Fuck.
Especially during football season.
Yeah. All right, y'all ready to fucking get going and tickle each other's twats?
What?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Random Ramblings. I'm your tight little butthole boy, Jerome. And over there is my big, pappy, loose butthole, Nick.
And I'm Hess. This is how he waves.
And we got
And I'm Hess.
and we got Walrus Dick Hess.
Idaho!
We know you gotta welcome everybody in. It's very welcoming. But and we got Walrus Dick Hess.
Okay.
Welcoming, and then the first thing you talk about is your butthole.
That's very welcoming. Have you seen my butthole?
Unfortunately, yes.
Actually, you saw your mother dig gum out of my butthole, so you saw it in a pretty bad setting, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
When I was little, I used to eat too much. I'd climb the pantry and get all this gum and shit, and then I'd just swallow it, so my grandma had to fish it all out of my anus.
Pretty much.
I would never tell that story if I knew that story. That was me.
Well,
You talk a lot, Jesus. I would never tell that story ever.
I mean,
I used to eat gum as a kid.
I was so little though. I don't have any memory of it. It was like around the time I like ate my own shit, wasn't it?
No, you graduated to gum by then.
Oh.
No, you were like 4.
I have no
maybe.
memory. My grandma fingering my butthole.
No, she didn't. No, we were gonna give you enema because you couldn't poop because you ate so much gum, and I'm like, I can't do this. There's no fucking way. And my mom's, she's a nurse. She's like, I can.
Yeah.
And then she just started pulling gum out of your ass.
How much gum was it? I wish you guys took photos.
I don't know. The weird part is she chewed it.
She's like, "Here you go, give it back to me. See if we can just keep recycling it."
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Hey, it still has flavor.
Yeah. All right. Well, now that we're gonna talk about buttholes, and I think that's 2 weeks in a row we went straight into buttholes.
No,
But
you.
no, Hess.
I have some gum.
He has some gum. Ooh, let's start this train over again.
Has
But
to
you know,
pull it out of
YouTube
your
doesn't
butthole.
seem to care. I mean, maybe I'm jinxing myself, but
Oh, butthole's okay?
but they put ads all over that last video, so they don't care about buttholes. Especially if we're putting smoothies in them and drinking them. But today, boys and girls, we're talking about Tommy Boy. But first, we gotta do our Twitter poll to see what our movie will be next week.
Okay.
This
That's fast.
was Hess's movie, right?
Correct.
So you got to go first. What's your actor?
Well,
What's your movie?
it was basically mine and Nick's.
I guess it
picked
was
two.
pretty much a tie. Yeah.
I didn't want Jerome to cry, so I picked a different
Do you
movie.
guys ever have before you?
Playing from Jerome's iPhone.
I forgot I was connected for my Seth Rogen book. Hold on. Do you guys ever have you had a dream yet that has anything to do with the podcast?
No.
I have not.
I had a dream last night that we did. I don't remember what. I know we were doing Tommy Boy. It was this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went to do the poll, I accidentally set it for like 1 day and 20 minutes. And for some reason, you two got so pissed. You both stormed off the like Hess just hung up and you left the room. And I was like, it was a simple mistake. And you guys were like, I'm sick of your simple mistakes. You just left me and were so pissed off. And I was like, oh man.
Let me just tell you now. If you set it for an hour and 20 or a day and 20, we're doing that.
Yeah. It's like Warzone.
'Cause it just reminded me of it right now. I'm about to do it. And I was like, oh, remember they got mad at me.
So make sure you don't fuck up. Simple mistake. We'll be walking off.
I'll try my best not to. I will try not to be a...
You're a retard.
I'm gonna go Rob Lowe with Youngblood.
Holy, finally did it. Finally went the Youngblood route. Okay.
Yeah.
I came in here this morning and I was like, you think this is the week he goes Youngblood?
Had to.
I'll go next unless you'd like to.
I'll go up. Brian Dennehy and First Blood.
A lot of blood. Sorry, I'm not joining you guys on the blood train. Do you think a dumb person is gonna see this poll and think those are like
Vampire movies?
no, those are connected somehow? Like Young Blood is the prequel to First Blood?
Maybe.
Wouldn't First Blood be before Young Blood?
No, because they did. They made him.
Are you picking something with blood in it?
I really wish I was. I wasn't informed that that's what we were gonna do today. I'm picking David Spade and doing Entourage the movie.
Oh, I saw that.
I thought that'd be fun. We always talk about Entourage, but we've never done a podcast on any type of Entourage. So why not the movie?
Entourage.
Is that on HBO?
Max, baby.
Nice.
I was kidding.
Well, sometimes it's not. I went to watch it a while back when we first started our list, and it wasn't on HBO Max. And I was like, it's a fucking HBO movie.
Yeah.
Why isn't it on here? I've been rewatching Entourage, so that kind of got me in the mood to want to watch the movie.
Really?
Well, because I wanted something like I was watching Larry David, but then I started caring about it, so I don't want to have that on and fall asleep. So then I was like, I need something that I don't really care about, and so then I
You could
did
just
that.
turn your TV off and go to sleep.
No, because then I'll just sit here and I'll think about stuff. I need something that's just gonna turn off my brain, and I'll just.
No one.
That's why I do
believes that.
podcasts. I'll turn on a podcast and I'll put on the little thing like turn off in 10 minutes, and then sometimes I'll be laying here, and then right when I doze off, they stop talking, and then I'll wake up from that, and then I gotta turn the timer on
Fucking
again.
take a melatonin, you weirdo.
Eventually, there'll be times in here where I'll be sitting and I'll be like, I should take a melatonin. No, I'll just try to sleep. And then an hour will go by and I'll be like, I should have just took a melatonin.
You do have a weird schedule. If you would just like quit it and just make it like a normal schedule, you'd be fine.
Yeah, no, but I fuck it all up.
Yeah.
Anybody have any interesting hashtags?
Hashtag tax day.
Ooh, okay. Hashtag tax day.
Hashtag John Oliver.
Hashtag John Oliver. All right. The poll is going live now,
Oh,
babies.
fuck, I forgot I had to vote. I'm just going to put my phone back and shit.
All right. Hopefully Taylor has her phone outside. All right. Has everybody voted? Everybody locked in?
Yep.
Believe
Locked,
so.
cocked, and ready to rock. Is that the saying? Is it locked, cock, and ready to rock?
You just made that up.
Is it unlocked, stocked, and ready to rock? Is that what it is?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think
Lock, stock, and two smoking barrels?
that's a movie.
Mm.
That's not a saying. You guys ready to talk about Tommy Boy?
Is that your Brian Dennehy?
Yeah.
Mm.
I need you, Tommy Boy.
Tommy boy.
I think to start it off, I think Hess should go get a coat and do fat guy in a little coat.
I have one, but I don't.
You don't want to rip it?
Yeah. Well,
Do you have
it was funny because
a little coat?
I have a little coat. It'll be on the thumbnail.
Yeah, the one, yeah.
Oh, you don't rip it like the Hulk?
No,
That'd be
but
really cool.
It's funny because we were watching it and like we were at that scene and Abby was like, "Do you think you could rip a coat?" I'm like, "Fucking absolutely."
Well, like imagine if you wore one of my coats.
You know where that
You
came
could rip
from.
that in 2 seconds.
Right.
Was that an SNL thing?
Well, yeah, but it was never a skit.
It was like it wasn't them like in the writers' room or whatever.
Yeah, he says do it to annoy the fuck out of him.
Yeah. You know what? I had a it's getting ahead of the questions, but I had a question. I don't want to forget it because we brought up that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Is he really vacuuming up moths for reals in that scene?
No.
Because I wasn't. It looked real.
I don't think they look like leaves.
Should I Google that? Because I wasn't sure.
There's no
I've
way.
never thought about that, but while watching, I was like,
No, at the end it says no animals were harmed.
"Does it really?
No.
Is it? I would say, is that like an Ant-Man and the Wasp thing, where it says will return?
We watched an
Tommy
entire movie and you're
Boy.
wondering if the
The monster real, yeah. In Tommy Boy
you didn't wonder if the biddies were real.
what's his name? Eric?
What? Richard.
Richard. I don't know why I
Did
thought
you
Eric.
watch this movie?
Throwing it all around there.
Really?
Chief.
Vacuum moths.
I can't believe you are wondering that.
There's a bunch of things. Why is Richard vacuuming is a question. Why is Rob Lowe uncredited in Tommy Boy? I believe you told me. So I was wondering that too, but you told me part of it. Rob Lowe played the supporting role of Tommy Boy's stepbrother, and is uncredited. The reason for this is because Rob was contractually obligated to Stephen King's The Stand, 1994 at the time. So he took the part simply as a favor to his friend Chris Farley. It doesn't seem like anybody knows. So I'm just gonna go out there and say right now that those are real moths, and they killed a bunch of moths on the making of this film. So let's hashtag Tommy Boy is over party.
Well,
Let's get PETA on the line. Somebody call.
How do they get the moths to stay in one spot?
We just bring them in the room and then they just kind of stay there. You think they're gonna leave?
Well, they could fly, so they can go.
Like,
wherever
well,
they want.
okay. Say we're gonna film that scene. Then what would you do to have fake moth? Like, well, how would you make it?
I don't know. I'm not a special effects.
It wasn't CGI.
I didn't say it was.
No, but how would you do it?
I don't know. You put potato chips.
They looked like, but their fucking wings were going.
I don't know. It didn't even occur to me.
Did you even watch the movie?
I thought it would be fun to vacuum up moths. So
No, it kind of did look fun. Too.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna cut my eye.
okay.
It made a really good sound too.
Yeah.
But
So a good sound guy.
Oh, so since it was since it was kind of a tie, I'll let you guys both answer this.
Okay.
Why'd you pick Tommy Boy?
Because it's a funny movie.
It's a classic. I would say it's.
Yeah, I have another question that can go into it being a classic
Okay.
and starting things. Did this start, or is this just one of those movies that cashed onto it and kept doing it? The buddy comedy movie where they're in a car ride and they're playing music and it slowly gets to a song where they cry and drive. Because a lot of movies do that, but was this the first one to do that? Because in my memory, this is the first one I saw of that. Like I know Harold and Kumar does that.
Harold and Kumar does it. I can't think.
And there is more, but I can't think of it. Like they even kind of do it twice in this movie.
Yeah, because they do it in Espanol.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the start, but it's the first one I remember where they.
Okay, that's what I thought. But I want to be like, actually, in 1984.
No, because Harold and Kumar was way after.
Yeah, and that's probably to homage that. But
And they didn't cry; they just sang along.
no, they cry. I think.
Did they cry?
Don't they? I'm pretty sure they cry in that too.
Maybe.
When
I thought they just called them posers and then sang with it. But I could be wrong.
I'm pretty sure
I could totally be wrong.
I'm pretty sure they cry in Harold and Kumar, but I'm not 100% on that.
I can live with it. I can live with it if you can.
Is there anything that you two would change about Tommy Boy?
God, I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I thought of it interesting. Something you could add is because he's always saying "Shut up, Richard," and like they get in these awkward situations. You can get them somehow into a situation where they have some kind of gay sex together, but I don't know if they have to be penetrating each other or what. But some kind of gay sex together, and like Richard says something about it, like, "Oh, it's not that bad," and then Tommy goes, "Shut up, Richard," and like it keeps going on.
Wow.
And you could add a scene like that with them together.
That didn't occur to me.
That didn't cross my mind either.
Was it? If I was going to change anything, I just can't think.
You could maybe do more cameos because it's a road trip movie. That's kind of that style.
Yeah, the problem is it was their first movie.
Yeah, there's really not much to. Maybe actually the one thing I would change is I should make Rob Lowe and the wife a little more villainous, because they don't actually do anything that bad, other than go after the dad for his money and shit.
This kind of falls into questions. I mean, they kind of lucked out in the fact that he just dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was their plan? I mean, they were gonna kill him.
I would assume just be with him and slowly start stealing money, like
Okay.
siphoning some of it out. I don't know.
Rob Lowe's a complete fucking idiot in this movie.
What's funny is gross.
And he calls Tommy Boy an idiot, but like
When he like goes, I like when he goes and the dog's there and the sign things. He's like, "Oh boy, that's not good."
yeah. Oh, and he pees on the fucking thing and electrocutes himself.
Yeah. I got a bunch. I just wrote it down on my phone. Usually I'll get up, put it on the computer, but I didn't want to forget shit, so I wrote a couple down for my best scene. But I would maybe make him a little more villainous, maybe. But I can't really think of anything else to change.
I mean, he's kind of a dick. I mean, when you first see him, he punches that kid in the face.
When you see him, do you just straight up think of Californication? Because that's all I think of whenever I see Rob Lowe now. Hit that, and then those weird ass commercials he did for like a year.
You know what? I honestly don't think of anything particular with him anymore.
Because I used to only think of this with him like hosing him down and shit, but that's all I think of now.
What were you gonna say?
I always think of Youngblood, and then I think of him on Parks and Rec whenever I see him.
See, I haven't
watched a lot of that either.
I haven't seen a lot of Parks and Rec. Mom used to watch his reality show with his kids.
He had a reality show?
Yeah, then they went like ghost. No, is that them? He does something with his kids.
Hold on, I gotta Google this. If Rob Lowe had a reality show.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I can remember him. You can figure when he was a real.
Rob Lowe reality show is the second thing on Rob Lowe's real name. Low Files. Oh, you can watch it on Hulu right now. The Low Files. As a child, Rob Lowe began to cultivate a curiosity about unsolved mysteries, so it seems natural for him to pass down the same interest to his sons, Matthew and John Owen. Now, the 3 stars in the Low Files. It's a non-fictional series about them ghost hunting. Okay.
I thought it was Ghost.
9 episodes, and that's it.
Probably doesn't have time.
Yeah, that's interesting. Though I might check that out. Rob Lowe ghost hunting. That sounds up my alley.
Probably a banging show if it got 9 episodes.
She did. Angela liked it.
Yeah, but she likes anything.
I know.
She's kind of a.
You're a retard.
You know, that's my mom.
Wow.
Right there. Whenever I see my mom, I think.
You're a retard.
Whoa.
Apple doesn't fall.
Only jokes here.
See if you get dinner brought to your room tonight, little boy.
Hey, she looks at me strange. I'll go.
You ain't wanting to fuck with me, baby.
You should start mouthing that.
You ain't wanting to fuck with me, baby.
Does it look weird coming out of my mouth?
That was fucking creepy.
Wow.
What about?
You like your panties?
Was that Hess?
What about this?
You're a retard.
Is that Hess?
Oh my god. When what you asked me what I think of with Rob Lowe, I don't think of anything in particular. When I've seen Young Buck probably not as many times as you, but I've seen it quite a bit. St. Elmo's Fire, shit like that in the 80s.
Remember when you were singing the St. Elmo's Fire song and I kept telling you it's from a different movie?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
About Last Night, shit like that. I in the 80s, like that's what I remember him. But then he got in trouble for having a sex tape.
Yeah, it wasn't with like a 16-year-old girl.
I know
something they bring that up every fucking 2 seconds on that roast.
But it was like, yeah. But he didn't really get in trouble for it. He just, I mean, it went away pretty quick.
Yeah, good time to.
But he went on Saturday Night Live and was really funny on it. That's how he got on this because Lorne Michaels liked him.
And this may make me sound a little stupid. I didn't know this was a Lorne Michaels movie.
Yeah, it does.
I saw that in the beginning, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that was him. This was him."
You're like, son of a bitch. Was Chris Farley on SNL?
Well, I knew all that, but I didn't
David
I knew they did spin-off stuff like the not McJabber. What's it called?
MacGuber?
MacGuber? It's like MacGyver, but MacGruber.
MacGruber, yeah.
I know they did that stuff, and they've done other shit.
Could they have got Sandler in this somehow, or was he too young?
Oh,
no?
He was filming Billy Madison at the same time.
That actually, back to things I would change. But fucking, he's in Billy Madison. Tommy Boy is.
Just for a second though, and
I think it's a little more than a second.
He's the bus driver.
Yeah. Adore the rules and.
Yeah, he's.
I mean,
they could
have got him.
They could have got Adam Sandler in for a scene.
What was Sandler gonna do?
He could have been on the plane or something.
They could have got him in. It would have. I think it would have made it better.
Yeah,
don't
actually,
you think?
Well, I mean, I'm always for Adam
things
Sandler.
I would change. I would add an Adam Sandler scene. Actually, you know what? When we get,
Adam Sandler fucking made it connect to 50 First Dates.
I have an idea. We'll use Adam Sandler for our sequel when we get there.
Well, sequels are sad.
We'll have to make that fun.
Do I replace Chris Farley since he's passed?
Sure, we could do that. Sure, I'm okay with that.
That would be great.
I would see the sequel with
No,
you
no
as
pressure.
Adam.
No pressure. Just be Chris Farley.
Okay.
Do you guys have a best scene / quote? I have a couple written down here. Do you guys have anything?
The quote.
There's so many. Fuck.
Yeah, the quote. I like it when he says he graduated and he said, "Yeah, just a shade under 7 years." A lot of people take 7 years to graduate. He goes, "Yeah, they're called doctors."
You didn't happen to lock Taylor out, right? Because I might have. You just text me. I'm gonna go let her in real quick.
I didn't lock her out.
I might have. I have no idea. I think I locked her out back.
I didn't go to the back
I'm
door.
gonna go let her in.
Okay.
There's so many. We watched this Saturday night, and I'm trying to remember. Like, there was just one scene where I just absolutely lost my mind. It might have been the scene where he was yelling at the kids on the beach, like when they're on the fucking sailboat.
Yeah.
And he just fucking loses his fucking.
I have to admit, there are scenes where you do remind me of him, and it's when he loses his mind.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's also when Richard pisses him off, but he has nothing to come back, and he's like, "Shut up, Richard!" Or like
there's something he says, and he goes, "Yeah, well, you're a."
Yeah, and he says the same thing back to him. That totally reminds me of you. When you like ask him, you'll say something to you, and you'll be like, "No."
Do you know what reminded me of You and Me? is the Eminem car scene. When he's opening, and he's like, "Don't eat my car," and they spill it all over. Because we've had some similar instances with me and you.
See, I don't care if someone eats my car.
But you care if they open a bag of cheese that's wrong, apparently.
Well, dude,
we've had it.
Yeah,
We've had it.
We've had the story.
We've had it.
Yeah.
We don't have to hash it. Yeah.
But it wasn't that you opened the bag of Cheez-Its and exploded them all over the car. It was the fact that we were just in the store and you didn't want anything, so then you exploded my Cheez-Its.
Well, then I think I had like a Slim Jim or something, and I already ate it, so I wanted your Cheez-Its.
We walked into the store, and I said, whatever you want, get it. And you're like, I just want this. And then 5 seconds later, you're like, can I open your Cheez-Its? So
you've never gotten yourself a snack and ate it, and then saw someone else's and went, well, actually, that was good, too. I didn't think about that at the time. I would like to eat that, too.
Yeah, but I wouldn't take someone else's snack and then throw it all over his car.
Well, that was an accident that could happen to anybody.
I tried to kill you on the ride there.
You did. You were swerving and bobbing, and then Jamie's laughing at you.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Fucking prick. Here, let me read some of mine. I don't know if you guys have moved on from best scenes or not.
What a fucking jick.
I got the toy cars when he's doing that around, lighting them on fire and all that shit. I love that. I love that since I was little. I put and breaking the door. Oh, breaking the car door. I was really confused with breaking the door, man. The whole part of him breaking the car door, and then Richard comes out and opens it and it falls down. He's like, "What did you do?"
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That part reminded me of Hess. I could see Hess doing something like that, putting it back, and then blaming it on the other person when they break it.
You know what's best about that scene is when David Spade is being a dick to the gas station guy. But he's
the gas station guy's right.
The gas station.
That reminded me of you on a gas station.
Well,
guy.
and the whole time you can see Tommy Boy in the background fucking with the thing.
Yeah.
I like how it goes back and forth from that. Plus, I'd like to point out before we go any further, this movie's one of the best paced movies. Like, it's just boom. It's like almost like an action movie for comedies.
Yeah. I could totally see this movie, like if you guys did like a vlog road trip, it being you two.
Oh my God.
Hess being Chris Farley, obviously, and you being Richard.
I could see that.
100%, I could see that.
Maybe we'll have to.
I could put a wig.
Then I'll be Rob Lowe coming after you.
I could put a wig on.
Yeah.
Have it go. Whoo. That part always cracks me up.
You have to make out with your mom if you play Rob Lowe.
It's not a bad idea. Him peeing on the electric fence, I've always loved that, except it's always made me scared peeing on fences when I was little.
It wasn't the fence that electrocuted him.
Well, he peed on the little electric part and it got him. But I would anytime peeing on a chain link fence now, I think of that scene and I get a little scared. I get a little shaky.
Maybe stick to toilets.
I try, but sometimes you can't. And then obviously, fat guy in a little coat. And the best scene I wanted to get, but I didn't have time to get the soundboard clip is, "You want me to jerk you off?"
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
We've quoted
what
that.
kind of hotel is this?
We've quoted that. I couldn't tell you how many times I've heard my mom say that quote.
Yeah.
I could have swore, and it might be the Mandela effect or whatever, but
that he had a boner?
He says, "What's your favorite baseball team? The Spankies?" But he didn't say it, and I was like, I swear on my life, I fucking remember him saying that.
He does say in the beginning, you're watching baseball or you're watching the Yankees?
Yeah, but I thought he said, "Is your favorite team the Spankies?" At some point, I could have swore he said that.
Maybe in like the TV. Oh no, TV version they would make it more dirty.
No, I mean because the Yankees is the same thing.
Yeah, well, because sometimes they switch words around for that. One thing I've never noticed either in this movie is he goes, "Oh, no one's around." Oh, speaking of no one's around, and then you hear it, zzz, and I knew he was supposed to be jerking off kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I never heard like the zzz part of his pants go down and him to start jerking off at the window. I thought he was just like caught with a boner before.
I told you this. I don't know if you know the girl that jumps into the pool.
Yeah.
They both dated her in real life.
Oh.
And it caused issues on Black Sheep.
Was that our wonder why?
Next? Yeah.
We'll do Idiot's Guide to Black Sheep.
Let's not.
We'll watch that for 17 weeks.
That one's not as good, right? I don't
remember that much, but I remember thinking, "Oh, this is pretty okay." I don't know why people hate this.
It's not as good as this. This is.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I remember it being.
What do you mean, obviously?
Well, like, how is it going to be better than Tommy Boy?
Oh, but there's movies that are better than Tommy Boy.
So
name one.
I can't.
Exactly.
Happy Gilmore.
We were watching. We watched this Saturday night. And Abby loves Chris Farley, and she was like,
"She wanted you to start dressing up like him and fucking her."
No, but she said,
and if she does, she say no.
Yeah, she said if we ever have a boy, she wants to name him Farley, and I go, it doesn't make sense.
No, you're gonna name him Cash. We already discussed this.
Cash.
I know.
Yeah, Cash Hess. Cash Money Hess.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
You don't
that's
need
what he,
more
that's what he
kids.
said. If him and Abby have a kid, he's gonna name it Cash.
You got enough kids.
I like Cash. That's kind of a fun little name.
Okay.
It wouldn't be money. Obviously, I wouldn't name him Cash Money.
Cash is fine. Money's out of the question.
Cash
Yeah.
Cash Bitcoin Hess.
Yeah. Cash Crypto.
Is there any surprise cameo? I think we can honestly probably just skip that part.
I mean, at the time, Bo Derek and Rob Lowe.
Chris Farley's brother.
We did see him.
Remember he goes, "Hey, you Tommy boy!" He's sitting right there. I was like, "Hey, he's sitting next to his twin."
Yeah, kind of.
Best performance.
Chris Farley by far, but
Yeah.
his dad is fucking awesome. in
His
this
dad's
movie.
pretty good.
He's
He
just
is.
like an old Chris Farley.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
You know,
Yeah,
it's like
but-
it's almost like they're related.
Yeah. But I think Chris Farley, obviously, 100%.
Oh yeah.
And then now we're at the part that you said sad, but I think we can make this fun. Our sequel to Tommy Boy. Or we could make it a prequel, but I think sequel's better.
Or you can do both.
Tommy Boy, the college years, just have him at
Yeah.
Marquette playing rugby.
Who would you cast as a young... we could do flashbacks in the sequel. Who would you cast as a young Chris Farley?
See, that's the hard part. There is no Chris Farley.
There really isn't... I'm trying to... You'd maybe find an unknown person. You just get Hess to play the college Chris Farley. Maybe he looks a little older.
He's already too old.
A little... Hey, they de-aged those motherfuckers in Marvel so easy. Just de-age Hess a little bit.
I don't think Marvel's gonna be making this movie.
They might. What if he turns into a
Right.
superhero?
Taika Waititi's the director.
Yeah.
But all right, let's do our straight up sequel. What if Adam Sandler's in it and he's Tommy Boy's son?
Jesus.
Who's now like 50.
Yeah, and it's him as an adult, and obviously Chris Farley's dead. He can't
Right.
be in
That's
it.
the sad part.
And but it's about his son, and David Spade is in it, and it's Tommy Boy's son and David Spade going on a road trip.
I don't think it could be Adam Sandler as his son, but
Why not?
I don't know. Make Adam Sandler the bad guy, or make him Zelensky's son, or
Oh, that's actually a good idea. Make him, and he's getting revenge for his daddy.
something. He could totally act right.
Okay, I like that a lot. Because Adam Sandler is the bad guy. Who do we have as the main guy with... Do we have it be still his Tommy Boy's son?
Yeah,
Who
sure.
would be Farley's kid? Let's
You
think
could do...
about
I
this.
feel like Jonah Hill instantly comes to my mind, but I feel like you could get someone better.
He'd have to gain like a ton of weight. Well, he wouldn't have to.
He wouldn't have to.
He went, yeah. I feel like Jonah Hill's good, but I wonder if there's anybody better.
God, I just can't
He
think.
could go really weird to confuse into Bobby Lee.
Oh my God.
Just to be like, what the fuck? How'd that happen?
That's for dirty work too.
Yeah.
Remember he had his nose bit off by a Saigon whore?
Yeah. I used to love that part.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
That and then Adam Sandler being Satan. Bird!
That movie's great.
I can't think. I only think of Jonah Hill.
You just have Bert. You just have Bert play him.
That actually wouldn't be a bad choice. Bert and David Spade. And then,
Spade.
Spade. I don't know why it came out like that.
Jesus.
And then Adam Sandler as the villain.
Yeah, I mean you could just totally.
And then is it just like a same kind of thing? Like but why are they going on a road trip? Or is it just to escape Adam Sandler because he's trying to get revenge? He's trying to kill
trying to kill him.
Tommy Boy's son to get
Do a
revenge.
slasher.
I think he's just trying to take over his business.
Just
or
take over the
something.
business.
Yeah.
And what are some of the villainous things that Adam Sandler does?
Fuck, I don't know.
He plays.
this
he
is
plays with his soul.
this is where it gets so. Adam Sandler dresses up as like a lady and tricks Bert into having sex with him. And that's how they find out that
There
he's
goes
like
the PG-13
he's trying to
rating.
take over the he tricks it. I guess people might get mad at that because that's kind of it's kind of R wordy. That's some good. But I mean, that is what some of the villain might do.
Oh, R word, yeah.
Well,
what R word are you speaking of, Jerome?
here, I think I might have
Rape him, if it's possible.
I can't. So we get come up with it. So he's just trying to take over the business. Adam Sandler is.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, you could do the same thing.
Yeah, like they're gonna go bankrupt if they don't make a bunch of sales.
Is that girl still alive? The mom. I can't think of her name.
Yeah, she's the
Oh,
one-
Derek.
Yeah, Bo Derek. Have her back in it. What's his face? Rob Lowe is dead, and Adam Sandler gets with the mom. Just that.
Well,
that
doesn't
could
she
bit.
get with Dan Aykroyd anyways?
Zelensky.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you could say like, yeah, like
Yeah.
she then married the son for the money. And
Yeah,
they're
and
back
then
together.
Adam Sandler gets with her,
Yeah.
and he's trying to take over the business. And then it make it similar but more updated.
So did Chris Farley have a kid with
You know who could be a good choice?
the girl from Tommy Boy? Because she's still around, I think.
That's true. Yeah.
Julie Warner.
I was thinking you could add Seth Rogen as a good person for the son as well. That'd be a good contender.
I would take Seth Rogen. He's fucking hilarious.
But I think that'd be good. You wouldn't want to make it too similar to like the road trippy thing, the same exact thing, like them selling the brake pads. So you'd have to come up with another thing for that. But I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the exact same, but you'd have to make it similar. You're making a stupid sequel 20 years later.
Do you redo the fat guy in a little coat and he's like, your dad used to do that all the time?
You have to come up with something else, like fat guy in a little
Sure.
underwear or something.
Now
Ball
you do little guy in a fat coat.
Fat guy with big balls in a cheese-string bikini.
You know what?
That's in the porn parody that you make.
You know the part where he knocks on the door and says, "You need to be alone." And
Mhm.
that stuff. The best part is when Chris Farley answers the door in his underwear and his
I
ass
always
hanging
remembered
out.
him having a boner in that scene.
Jesus.
But maybe that was just wishful thinking.
With like the little girl panties.
Yeah, it's like what Jerome wears.
Yeah, it's what I wear.
And he's like, "Richard, don't run from your feelings." I love that part.
Did we learn anything in this movie?
Chris Farley died too soon.
Yeah. The thing I learned is I still really want to see the Chris Farley Shrek.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
Have you ever listened to the audio of that?
No,
You can find it on YouTube. It's so different. It's really weird.
there's a lot of things that I like Chris Farley a lot too, and so there's roads I don't want to go down.
There's probably because you're watching this, I keep seeing Chris Farley TikToks. I don't know why I never put that together.
Jesus Christ,
But
bro.
fucking everything we talk about on this podcast, because my phone's usually right in front of me, I instantly fucking get on TikTok. It's so annoying.
Wow.
But there was an SNL.
Somebody
an
watching me.
Yeah. And I got no privacy. Oh. But it was a Chris Farley thing, and it was an SNL thing, and they were doing like a song and the monologue thing or whatever, and he was saying how he's gonna stay sober throughout the whole thing. He's not gonna drink for the audience or whatever. But at the end, he's like, well, "Don't worry, I will be drunk by the end." He's like, "Just in this opening, I won't be drinking." And they're all like hugging him. I was like, "Well, that's funny." You think about, but then it's also like really sad.
Do you ever Google Chris Farley photos?
You showed me his fucking dead photo.
Yeah.
This mother, hey, come here, come in my room, look at this photo. And I was like, "What is that?" He's like, "That's Chris Farley dead."
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was because of your book, but
Oh, maybe.
I was like, I could have gone my whole life without seeing that.
Yeah, me too. But I wanted to share it. If I had to see it,
Yeah.
you might as well see it.
You're one of those guys that watches like a beheading video and then makes other people see it because you had to.
Right.
And if you haven't seen it, here's the picture now.
Nope, that will not be popping up on the screen, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
If we've all seen it, you're gonna see.
Is there any questions, boys and girls?
Yeah, why did they name the town Sandusky?
No idea.
Pass?
Jerry Sandusky.
Yeah,
I-
it's a bad, and it's in Ohio.
Yeah.
It's just a bad word.
Why is that? Why is Sandusky a bad word?
Google that guy.
Google Jerry Sandusky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See what you come up with.
Jerry Sand. Oh, it pops up right away. Interesting. Oh, Jerry Sandusky death.
He's not dead.
All right.
I don't think.
Gerard Arthur Sandusky is an American retired college football coach and convicted sex offender. Sandusky served as an assistant coach for his entire career, mostly at Pennsylvania State University under Joe Paterno. From 1969 to 1999, he received Assistant Coach of the Year awards. And it doesn't get into more bad stuff he did, huh?
Oh, it will.
Let me. Can I only get into the
I
bad?
think there's a documentary on HBO about it. Isn't
Oh,
it?
let me see. Let me just get to the bad.
Malcolm Gladwell talks about it in his book that I wanted you to listen to.
Child sex abuse scandal. Okay, well, this is stuff I probably shouldn't read on here if we want to.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
But oh boy, if you want to see some bad shit, I'm seeing on here.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I'm still scrolling in all this bad shit.
It's literally what I think of every time they show this town name.
That's weird. Is that? I'm guessing they changed.
I don't know why I said Ohio.
Did they change the name of the town since then, or is this movie is a fictional?
I think it's fictional.
Oh, it was like a nod, like, "Hey, we're with you, Jerry."
No, it was way before. It's like just a coincidence.
Okay. I thought it was actually related.
No.
I guess I'm kind of one of those.
You're a retard.
Yeah, probably.
Well, you guys ready to find out what the next movie is?
No, I'm not ready.
Okay, I'll just
Can you just be a surprise?
Here. You ready now?
Yeah,
How did I know that was coming?
I almost because that's on the R. I almost replaced that for the thing, and then I was like, nah. I'll get rid of something else, and I don't remember what I got rid of, but I got rid of something else so I could put that on there.
Hess just threw his back out.
You gotta try this pole.
What'd you do?
Fuck. I don't know. I just had a sharp pain in my fucking thigh.
I thought I was gonna say in his toe.
Still there.
Remember the?
Jesus.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I have no idea, but it hurts. God damn.
Who just sits here and
Ah,
ah?
it fucking hurts. The fuck you
It
want
just
me to
reminded me
do?
when we were doing Westworld over here.
Yeah.
And he's like, and we're like, what? He's like, I got a sharp pain in my toe.
I did.
All right, let's see if this poll's done. This last one's to have a heart attack again. Oh, I think we have 13 minutes left, unless it didn't update.
No
I don't
way.
think there's any way there's actually 13.
You did it for more than 20 minutes then.
I did not. Oh no, it was just lying to me. All right. Oh wow. Okay, so let me pull up the thingy. We got 10 votes,
Uh-oh.
and it's a surprise again.
Oh, really?
A surprise again.
I have no idea who would win, so
Uh,
it's not a surprise to me.
All right. Well, here we go. 10 votes at 10%. First Blood
Oh, wow.
at 40%. Drum roll, please.
Drum roll.
Just
Entourage the movie at
No.
at 50%. So just 10% more. Youngblood.
wow.
Wow.
Hess has won 3 weeks in a row now.
I did not. I didn't want to pick it because I was like, "There's no way."
Yeah, I didn't. Think
That's
it would
funny.
win
I
either.
think it's all. You know what I think Hess does? He knows people in these other hashtags he's telling us. he's giving his vote. He's like, oh, put Bitcoin in there. He knows
Yeah.
they love his movies and Bitcoin.
It'll be interesting. I bet you Hess goes Ghost next
the-
because he likes those chick flicks.
The last time I
No.
saw this was when we all
There you
talked
go.
about it
I-
in the
I'll-
kitchen with Mom and Taylor.
Yeah, you just replay that one.
I'm just gonna re-upload that podcast. We're off for a week, boys.
Is Youngblood
You know what's so funny?
dreaming?
Did we do a Youngblood podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what's really, really funny about that?
We did.
Do you know what story came out of that podcast?
I don't.
Oh, the fucking butthole.
Go.
Poopy dick.
So I probably shouldn't re-upload that audio.
Poopy dick.
Yeah, poopy.
How did that come out of that?
I believe Angela or Taylor asked you a question, and then you just went off.
Sounds
Oh.
like you.
Whew.
Then he's like, I shouldn't say stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, about a couple days later, Abby unsubscribed.
I do remember that too. She was not happy.
Yeah, but
She fucking knew.
she has
She
since.
knew the story.
Yeah, but I don't think she wanted the world to know the story.
The world.
Well,
and
you
like
know.
12 views.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Let me check how many people. Because I did make a separate video about that. Hess has a shitty story.
Oh,
Yeah, you did.
But let me.
Made it its own little 10-minute podcast or whatever. You know, it's funny because when me and Jerome were doing our pod the other day, we were talking about, like, you know, if it keeps getting bigger, like, he should probably delete a lot of older videos.
Yeah. I believe that was called Pleeka's Movie Club. Oh, yeah, right here. So that one got 94 views.
Almost 100 people heard that
And
shit.
I gotta tell you, that is the worst thumbnail I have ever seen in my life.
Wow.
Wow.
It's fucking horrible.
Is it just
I don't
Hess's
even-
butthole?
No, it's a picture of them on an ice like rink, hockey rink, and I put in the 3 photos of the guys there, and in blue shitty old Pleeka font it says Pleeka's Movie Club, and then in red like Deadpool font it says Youngblood. But let me see now if Hess has a shitty story.
The funny thing is, I do not remember doing a podcast on it.
It was one of the first couple we did. And then the Hess has a shitty story has 73 views.
Oh, that's not bad.
Do you want to hear it?
No.
Let's just hear the audio.
Is there any comments?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Here, let me see. No comments on that one. Let me check Youngblood.
That's good.
Let me check Youngblood real quick. Youngblood.
Good,
Oh my God, remember his intros? Hold on, let me hear this again.
good fucking evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pleeka's Movie Club.
All right, let me.
There you go.
I
Can't say it. You can't say it and bring the energy.
I used to love his intros because we were always afraid how loud it was gonna be. All right, hold on. Hess has a shitty story.
It's not streaming on anything. It's a good thing we have it on DVD.
I think I own it on DVD too.
That's a good thing to do.
All right.
Is a movie that's not streaming for a podcast.
Yeah, it's true.
That's not good.
I wasn't even fucking her in the ass. Either. That's the worst part.
That's the worst part?
Wait, how does that?
No, it was just
No,
a
you-
little, it was
tell
like
the
a
story,
Little,
just
a
how-
little poop ball.
Were you fucking a deer?
God.
You have to tell the story now.
I think it was just a little. Like, she got scared.
You
You
scared.
can see the photos that I have popping up for this.
I was gonna say you fucked the shit out of her.
Yeah.
She got
That's what I
scared.
Literally.
That's good shirt
Yeah.
too. I fucking
It was
around the
bad.
back, literally.
We're still talking about shirts.
Oh yeah, that. So I uploaded Hess's a shitty story March 15th, 2016. Let me see when the other podcast came out. That came out. It says 5 years ago. Fuck.
Good.
That the Youngblood we did. Came out April 19th, 2016. So we probably recorded April 18th.
Well, the second movie we did was John Wick 2, right?
That was our 8th Pleeka's Movie Club.
Wow.
For our Random Ramblings now, yeah.
I guess I'll go with John Wick 1 next week then.
I tried that once and you didn't vote for it, you bastard. That's interesting. I can't. That's actually 2016. We were doing podcasts. And I mean, the audio was. We literally had a mic sitting in the middle of the table, like 10 feet from everybody.
Yeah.
On there, but that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I do remember that. Actually, now
Full circle now. Now we do Youngblood. We're out.
Wow.
That's a
I'm
wrap.
gonna Hess is gonna snap his fingers, and we're done.
Or Hess is gonna have to fuck one of us in the ass and get a new poop story.
It's all you, dog.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come up with a new poop story for this next podcast, okay? Even if you completely make it up, you have to come up with one.
I'll come up with something.
It goes back to his UFO one from weeks ago, and he's like, back on that ship, I fucked an alien, and he has weird little green poop.
You're gonna bring it up. You're gonna bring it up next week.
He's
and
gonna
he's
go,
like, I didn't even think about it.
Well, ask me next. Ask me next week.
I had a lot of stories, but I mean, they didn't all involve poop.
Just
I
useless.
certainly hope so.
A lot of them do, though.
Not all my stories involve poop, guys.
That time you locked yourself out of the house, you had to poop in the backyard.
Hell, you
Yes, this is true.
ginger hair fucker.
I didn't remember what that button was, so I had to click
Wow.
it.
Hey.
All right. Any last things before we wrap up this podcast, little cats and kittens?
I think not. Cheese dip.
It's gonna be cheese nip or cheese dick?
Dip.
Nip.
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 Okay.
Oh.
Nip.
Eh?
Nip.
Wasn't
Nip.
Cherry Bomb's old
Nip.
gamer tag Nips?
No,
Or was it their clan tag?
It was our clan.
That was our.
Why was your
yeah, that
guys'
our-
clan tag Nips?
Because Hess made it.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's like, it's Nips.
Oh, that's actually kind of funny. I never knew Hess was involved in
And
that.
he's like, he's giggling, and then she made it, and then he really thought it was
Do you remember
funny.
when we did your guys' Nips backwards, and it took you guys forever to figure out that's what we were doing?
Sorta. You guys were fucking weird.
I remember I used to get so annoyed every time she'd go, "Oh, hey, you lemon wiener."
She used to kill you a lot.
Yeah, fucking bitch. And then I remember Brian, I fucking got killed by your dad's Betties again. You just go, whoop, throw them around everywhere, and they fucking kill you.
Yeah.
You were such a...
You're a retard.
Hess was the innovator of Nips.
I remember one time, I think it was...
Is it a band camp?
Might have been a band camp. It was World of War, I believe. And I was playing Call of Duty, had no headset on, and Hess just invited me to play. I had no idea. That's back when his name was...
Overnight Master.
I say his master, Overnight Master. And I played with him, and you came home and you're playing Call of Duty? I go, yeah, I'm playing with Overnight Master. And you were like, you're playing with Hess? And I was like, yeah, I don't know, I'm not talking to him. And we played a couple games, and then you were like, get the fuck off, I want to play with him. And then you put on a headset and started playing with Hess.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Oh, because we had the same Xbox.
Yeah, we used to share the Xbox, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta get you an Xbox. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you guys ready to wrap this up and go shoot some motherfuckers down in Warzone?
Yeah.
He ain't one to...
You ain't wanting to fuck with me, baby.
All right, well, thanks for watching, ladies and gentle dudes. We'll be back next week for Youngbloods and Hess's poopy little story.
You forgot something.
Movie list. We're not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Nick reminded me.
I just thought about it. Just make it quick.
I got a feeling I'm still ahead of you because I watched a dickload of movies this week.
I didn't.
I watched 2 fucking movies last night.
Porns don't count.
Okay, then I watched 1 movie last night. Let me see. Where did I end last week?
51st
Scream 2. No, Scooby-Doo's because I watched those
yeah.
after the Scream with you. I have watched 171 movies so far.
Jesus.
Wow.
I wonder if I'll get to 200.
201 is what you're going for.
So I watched Ant-Man and the Wasp, Pulp Fiction, The Woman in the Window, which is a new movie on Netflix. It's good up until the last couple minutes, and then I feel like you can kind of tell they had to do reshoots. But it does have Anthony Mackie and I forget his name. Wyatt Russell in it, which they're pretty good. The movie, the one thing it was very stylized in parts, but it very much felt like an afterthought. Like the editor was like, "We got to make this movie a little interesting," because like there's a bit with like a car crash, but then you see like the girl remembering about a car crash in her house. So like you see the car upside down, like snow is coming down inside her house, which looked cool, but it felt very much like they might not have had this idea while making it.
That's interesting. You're not selling this movie to me?
It's pretty short too. It's only an hour and 40 minutes. But it was enjoyable because it's on Netflix. If I went to theaters, I'd have been very pissed off at the movie. Those Who Wish Me Dead, Angelina Jolie, HBO Max, with the Punisher shit. I really liked that. Then just at the end, just don't think about certain things. But I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was a very fun movie with. I mean, it's not one of those movies you're supposed to think about that shit either. It's like an action movie, but the fire's chasing people and they shoot each other.
Yeah, and it's from this period to this period. You don't know what happened before or after.
Yeah. I watched Jackass, the first one, because apparently when I was watching those, I skipped the first one. I didn't mean to, but apparently I did.
It's interesting, because I could have sworn you said Jackass before.
No, yeah, I did 2 and 2.5 and 3 and 3.5 and all that. Charlie's Angels 1 and 2. We watched those the other night.
Jesus.
I watched Tommy Boy and I watched Superbad last night because I've been listening to Seth Rogen's book and I wanted to watch Superbad.
You know what's funny? Oh, I was like, I don't have Tommy Boy on my list, but it's because I already watched it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm only at 167.
Oh, little pussy.
I'd be at 168 if Tommy Boy counted, you fucker.
Oh, little
Shut
pussy.
the fuck up. I watched City Slickers.
How slick were they?
That movie's fucking hilarious.
So it's a yes, they're pretty slick.
And Jake Gyllenhaal was in it, and I totally didn't know that.
Jake or?
Nope. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Lethal Weapon 2, Those Who Wish Me Dead, what you just talked about. And then I watched Menace to Society, which Samuel Jackson was in it, and I totally forgot.
Yeah, you forgot about that, yeah.
The Last Boy Scout, and then this morning I watched A Quiet Place.
Oh, you did? Interesting. Yeah. What'd you think about it? The new one comes out in like a week.
That's why I watched it. I bought it on Amazon, so I figured you guys would want to rewatch it.
Oh, okay. I will.
I liked it. It was pretty good.
That movie is way better in theaters.
Yeah.
Unless, when we watched it in theaters, there was a constant ringing going on. I was like, that's very interesting for a silent movie. I guess they have some kind of sound. But then the start was going on, and I was like, okay, well, it's kind of getting fucking annoying. I don't know what's going on with this ringing thing. And then we're like 45 minutes or an hour in the movie, and all of a sudden, boom, lights are out, and then they kick back on, and the screen's off, and Frozen, the lady walks out and goes, so there's a problem with the projector and the sound, and they had to fix it. It took them about 30 minutes to fix. And then we watched the whole rest of the movie, and then they gave us free passes to come back again. So
have you seen A Quiet Place?
I've not seen it.
Okay, I won't spoil anything then. But
yeah. It's really good though.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I figured I'd like it. I like him.
Mm-hmm. John Krasinski directed it.
I was very surprised at the beginning.
I don't remember. Oh, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, the space shuttle.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm sure it's way better in theaters.
Yeah, it was a real fun movie in theaters.
But like the part, because it's basically quiet the whole time, obviously.
I forget what it is. There's like 27 sentences spoken in the movie or something. I just saw a TikTok about that.
But like I finished it when I got home here. I started at the gym and so I had the TV turned up kind of loud, not realizing it. And when she puts the headphones in, I was like, "Oh my god!" It was like so loud.
That's funny.
But yeah, I liked it. I wanted to see it before the second one came out. So.
Supposedly, when the second one comes out, we will be getting a trailer for the new Scream movie, which I'm pretty stoked about. So that'll be interesting. But I don't know. That's just the rumor. Rumor has it, because it's like Paramount and all that shit. But yeah, did you watch anything interesting this week, Hess, besides Ant-Man and all that shit?
I probably did, but I can't remember it.
Did you ever finish Kong vs. Godzilla?
No, it's not on there anymore.
Oh, it's off?
Yeah.
It was only on there for 30
reminds me,
days.
you should watch Mortal Kombat before it leaves.
I thought about it, and I kind of don't care, but
You should watch
Me
it.
and
It's a fun movie.
Peyton started it. We watched like 45 minutes. He really liked it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, the story's kind of whatever, but the action's fucking amazing in that. It's really cool.
I know. I got. Like
I'm a
6
sucker
days.
for sword fighting and kung fu. Like I don't care about G.I. Joe, but I saw the trailer for fucking Snake Eyes, and that was awesome with the sword
Don't you
fighting.
usually like sword fighting though when it's two dudes and being naked?
Oh, I like that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one of them accidentally puts the other guy's pee-pee in his mouth, and then he's like, "Oh, well, we're not fighting anymore. Now we're pals." I don't know why he turned into Bane there, but
I don't know. You lost me when you went in your mouth.
all right. Well,
You gotta try this pole.
thanks everybody. Thanks for watching, listening,
Fucking.
reading, whatever. We should get a transcript version of this podcast. Has anybody done that? You know, you can listen to podcasts, you can watch podcasts. Does anybody have theirs out for people to read? I think we could start a new thing here.
You're gonna go into print. Like everyone else is like kind of
Yeah,
it.
but like imagine, like, oh, I was reading this podcast because you brought that up on Ant-Man and the Wasp, whatever. You accidentally said you were reading a podcast. What if we started putting our podcast out on words?
You should start typing it out.
That's true. I'd have to do it because I got to do all that shit. Never mind, actually. If anybody thinks it's a good idea, hit me up. We're working on it together.
I thought
You should try it out. You should transcribe like one entire podcast.
Could you
make like 30 copies
Mhm.
and just put them around Phoenix?
Okay.
Just put it on our website.
Yeah, that'd be. I think that could be a cool idea.
I don't know.
And then you could put like images and
you
shit
have
too.
or you have to like put like a number on there or something, and like if you found this in Reddit, call this number, leave a message.
Yeah.
And then give him Hess's number.
Yeah. Knock on this door 4 times. Say out of the ring camera.
Yeah. Scratch the door.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you would read a written thing of this podcast, comment it down below. Maybe one day I'll make one.
Hopefully at this
If
point,
we get
no
if
one's
we get
watching.
3 comments,
Maybe.
I'll comment 3 times just to make
3
you fucking
different comments.
type. I have 3 accounts.
I will write down one podcast. I will write down one podcast so we get 3 different comments.
You're gonna write
Just 3.
Maybe
You're gonna write them down?
Yeah.
You could do it. You could do it like you could do it like a giveaway. Somebody could win it, an autographed, transcribed podcast.
What would Jerome think?
That is a good idea.
Okay, and before we go, one question.
Yeah.
How do you like the Seth Rogen book?
Oh, I love it so far. It's fucking great. I definitely think I'm enjoying it more because of the audio version. I think I would obviously enjoy it reading it, but the audio is amazing.
I bought his book, obviously on audio. I finished it on Sunday. He's listening to it also. It's fucking hilarious.
You know, it's funny because you asked me. I believe it was last Monday. Maybe it was Friday when I don't remember. One of the last podcasts we did when I was setting up the podcast. You asked me like, what do I envision when I am listening to it? And I didn't know what you meant. Once he got into him buying weed with his friends and all that at school, and all that part, because especially it's the people from Superbad, you know.
Yeah.
I totally started envisioning like Superbad and Good Boys.
Oh, Good Boys, yeah.
Like all that shit, and I was like, oh, I see what he means about how this could be an HBO series. Like I totally got what you meant then, and then also I just finished the part of him in Amsterdam, and I could totally see that as well.
I
was like, oh, I get what you're saying now. Because like the beginning part, I just imagined him reading me a book, but for those couple parts I kept getting to, I was like, oh, I totally see what you mean there.
When I read books, like I picture the movie in my head as I go.
Yeah.
And you know, but for whatever reason,
That's also I like to watch. If there's a movie of the book I'm reading, I like to watch that first because that'll help me envision things. Like I watched Dracula before I was reading it.
Well, like Gone Girl was coming out when I read the book.
So you just imagine Ben Affleck and...
Well, no, I literally, like, if they put up a new character, I'd go to IMDb and go, who's playing this character? And then, like, so, like, there was no, oh, I picture that guy different. I totally pictured everyone who was starring in it.
That's funny.
But for whatever reason, as I'm listening to Seth Rogen talk for 6 hours, I told Jerome, I just pictured a cartoon for some reason. I think because the front of the book is
Seth Rogen, like, as a cartoon?
Yeah. And I told Jerome, I go, this could be like a fucking HBO limited miniseries, and I would fucking watch it over and over again.
I would totally watch it.
But
yeah, I like it a lot so far. I mean, not like the ending's gonna change my mind. I'm like, fuck this book.
Oh yeah, it totally skips over.
Is there a twist in the ending?
There's a twist. He's not. It's really James Franco.
Oh, that's a
And
weird twist.
and he's-
But all right, let's wrap this up and go play some Warzone, baby girls.
Okay.
Hess, give the viewers one last thing to remember from this podcast.
Beavers?
The viewers.
Oh, the viewers.
Beavers?
I could have swore he said, give the beaver.
For a second,
What?
I thought his last statement to them was beavers.
That's That's
Yeah.
something. Leave it
Save
to
the
Beaver.
whales.
What'd you say?
Save the whales.
Save the whales. Hashtag save the whales, ladies and gentlemen.